Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Salmon17. I apologize that I haven't done videos for a long while on this channel again because I've been been really busy. I haven't, as you guys can see, I haven't shaved for the past 4 days. The weather has been really awful. It's been really freezing, so we had to turn up the heater on in the heating exchange or the heater. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. The thing that warms up the house, and I also have been we have been looking. I've been looking out for my dog. My dog is still downstairs, just chilling. A few minutes ago, she was like howling, and hopefully she took a chill pill now. But we shall see because I've been like I said, I have other things to do outside of YouTube, so I cannot do videos every single day on this channel. So yeah, and also because the reason why I haven't done videos for a while is because it's kind of hard for me to choose a topic to talk about. Recently, I've been talking about a lot of like PS2 games or gaming in general, basically old school games in a nutshell. And it's really amazing to see that I'm not alone who enjoys these older games, these older consoles, even to this day. I've been even like making community tabs about what I've been doing, what I've been playing, yada yada, and if I'm just checking if my face cam is not lagging. Like I said, the weather has been really awful, and sometimes my face cam kind of reflects the lightning, and sometimes sometimes face cam can be really laggy when it doesn't need to be. But anyways, let's get on to the topic. And the topic today of today's video is talking about why I prefer older stuff over newer stuff. And I'm gonna piss off a lot of people, mostly just modern day casuals and stuff like that. And the reason why I prefer older stuff than newer stuff, this topic came to me because last night my father basically asked me if I went to the theaters yet, or to the cinema, or have gone to outside of the house to see any new movies. And I told him no, because a lot of newer stuff isn't that great, and I didn't want to go into much detail on it because I think I'm telling bullshit as usual. Because my family, especially my parents, are kind of like old school stuff, really old school stuff. Before even video games and stuff like that were even invented in our country, and they think I always keep to speaking bullshit, but in reality it's true, because a lot of modern day movies, and it's not just movies, but mostly a lot of Western entertainment that we keep getting nowadays. I apologize if I'm scratching my back. Like I said, I have a skin condition, and it's kind of hard not to scratch some places. Don't get the wrong idea. But still, getting on back on topic, the reason why I haven't cared much about modern day movies or games or whatever, and it's because a lot of them are just like made to save, or mostly to appeal to a very niche audience that don't even watch movies or play games, and they're mostly just like, we want easy mode on games, or we need more LGBTQ stuff or whatever, and it's like. And they don't care about the movie being, or the game, or whatever, or TV show. It's whatever, basically. They don't care about if it's good or not. They don't care if it's bad or mediocre. They just want to see stuff things to be more politically correct, or woman empowerment, men suck, blah blah blah, straight people are bad, blah blah blah. And it's just like, it's the same shit over and over again, and I'm just getting tired of it. For games, mostly, the reason why I don't care much about newer games is because, or even newer consoles, the recent ones that be getting like the PS5s, PS4s, nowadays, no, PS4 is now considered a retro console. No, we need PS5s, Xbox Series X's or S's, and blah blah blah. And the reason why I don't care about those kinds of that kind of stuff is because it's not really for me. Like, most games nowadays are more about being cinematic masterpieces. Look at how amazing the graphics look like. Basically nowadays it's more about developers having a dick riding contest about who has the best graphics and whatnot. You know, it's less more about gameplay and more about like, oh, look at this cinematic masterpiece. Look how pretty everything looks. And I'm just like, yeah, but what's good? What good is the visual style of a game if it doesn't have fun gameplay? And that's, I feel like feels like a lot of problem. And it's not just about games looking pretty or having like the bestest graphics ever. And most games nowadays are just like developers, especially AAA developers, focusing so much on graphics that they don't even release a game being fully compatible. Nowadays it's just about microtransactions or paid DLC, 3-year update, 3-year later updates to make the game more compatible, despite the fact that they should have done that during launch. But I'm not saying all modern games suck, but I feel like a lot of them are just like, I just feel like I'm not very interested in them. And Sony games especially, like, nowadays it's just about, oh, let's make a game into a movie. We need an easy mode. And nowadays we need 10 out of 10 cinematic masterpieces. And I'm like, what's wrong with a game being just a game? Nowadays it's just more, nowadays even in movies they want to overcomplicate things. Nowadays it's less about creating a good product. Nowadays it's about trying to appeal to a bunch of Twitter weirdos or the alphabet community. They don't care about those good quality products. They only just want to care about seeing somebody bang each other or whatever. And it's like, it's just so stupid. Like, nowadays it's just like a lot of modern stuff is just like, it doesn't appeal to me. Like, I'm not saying all modern stuff suck. For example, I really enjoyed, like, I want to show you an example. I really enjoyed watching the Sonic the Hedgehog movies, and that's because those films were made by passionate people who grew up with the franchise and actually cared about the character and fully understood the character before Sega decided, oh yeah, we're gonna take Roger Craig Smith and let's make Sonic less of a serious character, more like a wisecracking, fourth wall breaking jackass. And it's like, Sonic is a joke. Sonic sometimes jokes around as a character, but there's also moments in Sonic's character that he can take things seriously. And I feel like that's a lot of problems I have with a lot of modern writing and with modern interpretations of stories. Nowadays people are just like, oh yeah, let's write a character being a completely dumbass idiot, being completely brain dead, having ADHD 24/7 because they think, oh, kids are stupid, people are stupid, everyone on the planet is stupid, so we're gonna make all the characters stupid. Men especially, and it's like, it's so stupid nowadays. It's just like I don't like, it doesn't appeal to me because I feel like a lot of modern entertainment just feels like it's just creating it's less about good experience, more about let's see how political we are, let's see how pro-LGBTQ we are, let's see this and that. And it's like, nobody cares about this. Like, maybe some people care, but that's like very small majority of people, because I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna piss off a lot of people who watch this video, but I'm gonna say this. The LGBT community is not a very large community. They're not overpopularizing the human race. I'm sorry to say this, but the huge majority of human race are straight people. Nobody is no, they're like 1% of human population that are bisexual or trans or gay or lesbian or whatever. They're very small population because without straight people there's no humanity. I'm sorry to say this. Like without straight relationships or the opposite sex relationships, we would not exist. And the fact that these modern day companies try to appeal to these small minority of human population of people that don't even care about what the product they are making, of course you're gonna lose money. Of course there's gonna be problems, and if you don't make a movie or a show or a game that appeals to everyone, not just the minority, then you're gonna keep on losing money, and there are not gonna be more products to be made. And of course, nowadays people always, and the problem is always a lot of these Western developers, companies, Hollywood, modern Hollywood or whatever. Nowadays, they just want to. If something is criticized or something is really badly written or not many people care about it or just don't like it, they always just like, oh, misogyny, homophobia, bigotry, racism, and blah blah blah. And they always use the same slang that I'm just getting tired of it. And with older entertainment, the reason why I keep going back to older entertainment, like older PS2 games, or older PS3 games, older animated movies and TV shows, and even live action ones, some of them. Like, yeah, I don't always watch animation. I sometimes also enjoy live action movies and stuff like that. But back in the day, it was more about appealing to the mass audience. It's about telling good stories. It's about having heart. It's about doing your hardest as you can to doing your best to make something good that people can like and enjoy, creating characters that many people, not just the minority, can look up to. And that's the problem with a lot of modern entertainment. And it's just like all of that stuff that I mentioned about older entertainment is just slowly being taken away, killed off, and it's barely existing anymore. And even I myself have original ideas for an animated TV show, but the problem is the way the modern world thinks. And the only place that kind of accepts actual creative freedom and originality and other stuff like that is Japan, of course. Now, of course, I'm not saying anime or manga is perfect. No, with anime and manga also, I feel like there's less action-oriented animes and mangas. I'm not entirely sure, but a lot of that stuff, I feel like it's more about fan service or isekais or comedies or whatever, and it's less about serious storytelling, action, characters that aren't just, oh yeah, we're gonna be horny 24/7. Like, we get less of that in anime and mangas, in modern animes and mangas as well. That I'm just like, yeah, Japan isn't perfect either, but at the very least, they still care about creative different. They still care about making entertainment that can appeal to everyone, not just the minority of people. Now, like I said, I'm not the biggest anime fan. Like, I'm not the hugest fan. Like I said, anime in Latvia hasn't been very well received. Like, it hasn't been very popularized or hasn't been well known until like very very late 2000s era. And I think anime was more. I think anime was more common in Latvia. I think during 2010s and onwards than it was back in the day, because back in the day being an anime fan wasn't easy. Like for a lot of people, it's like if you talk like if I was in school, for example, if I was in school talked about animation or stuff I personally enjoy, people would just bully me, laugh at me, and say, "Oh, this guy still watches baby cartoons and stuff like that." Ha 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 ha. And of course, like I said, all the past wasn't always perfect as well. We still dealt with stuff like bullying and trying to fit in with other people, being hard to fit in with other people just because we're different, yada yada. But at the same time, we had entertainment that, like, for those who don't know, video games, especially PS2 games like Ratchet and Clank, Grand Theft Auto games, Bully, and many others, Spider-Man games, even animated shows I watched like Shaolin Showdown, Jackie Chan Adventures, The Mask. I've named some of them. Some people don't know. The Mask, the animated series, TMNT 2003, Samurai Jack, etc. And a lot of that stuff I grew up with because it taught me a lot of things that schools did not teach me. It actually helped me deal with my depression and anxiety and stuff like that. Because when I was little, I was not the smartest kid in the world. I'm gonna be honest, and that's because of my mental disabilities. I also had physical disabilities, but at the same time, it's just like it's been for someone who has disabilities, for like myself. We had a very hard time to fit in with other people, and I'm trying my best to like move on and try to find a better life for myself, but it hasn't been easy. But with entertainment that we had in the past, it helped me deal with depression, sadness, anxiety, and whatnot. Because I also kind of live with kind of like a pretty chaotic and very, 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 very angry family, and it's like, man, it's been rough. A few days ago, me and my dad had a literal angry fist fight. Basically, I punched him in the face because he was pissing me off with the way he was acting. He was kind of acting like an asshole, honestly, and I could not take it. I could not hold it in. I could not hold down on my anger. I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna punch you in the face because the way you are acting is not appropriate, and it's just getting too far, man. Basically, the argument was basically. I'm sorry if I'm going off topic, but I just want to tell you guys what happened. My dad was just kind of trying to fix the fence because my dog. My puppy, basically, she's like, I think she's 9 or 10 months old now, but I'm not entirely sure. But she's still a puppy, and she still has like doggy days. For those who don't know, for females, they usually spew out blood, and basically it's doggy puberty. It's the weird thing to talk about. But basically, our neighbors have a male corgi, and our dog is like a mixed breed between a basset hound and a German mountain dog, or Bernese mountain dog. And I'm not even kidding. That somehow happened. And the mother was not the Bernese mountain dog, but the basset hound. That's weird. That is a weird ass creation. But anyways, our dog has dealing with puberty, and we can't let them go near each other because we don't want our dog to have puppies because and like some people, oh yeah, why don't you want to have puppies? And it's because, like I said, we live in a small country, and getting a good enough amount of money is not very easy, no matter what job you find. If we lived in any other in the bigger countries like Germany, for example, we might get better pay, but but in smaller countries like Latvia, the economical budget is not very huge, so we can't really afford everything, and it's really rough. So one day I just let my dog out because she was like sulking and making noises, and I just let her out. Maybe I thought maybe she wants to do like do her business, like take a piss or something on the garden. But she ran to my dad, and then just like, oh yeah, she just wanted to spend time with my dad. But then he just like really angrily like walked up to me and just like yelled at me and being an asshole. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna pick this dog up and let her go back inside because because he didn't even tell me first of all that he was working on the fence, so our dog doesn't go through the neighbor's other side of the fence, and the commotion was just like he was basically acting like an asshole, and I punched him in the face, and then he got super angry, and then he punched me in the face. I was really upset because, truth be told, I hate my life, and it's just been rough lately, and it's been really rough around the edges, basically, and that's why I just want to move out of this house, have a better life in the future, maybe, I don't know, life of my own, because like I said, life has been really rough around the edges for me. But anyways, let's continue on. Let's continue on with the topic. Basically, with modern entertainment, it's basically like bad news bears everywhere. Like it's like 99% of modern Western entertainment. It's just like it hasn't been that great. And even though one of my theaters shows older movies at the theaters, but the tickets are way too expensive, so that's why I'm not going to watch these films. Like one point they actually showed the entire Dark Knight trilogy at the theater, but I was not gonna pay a lot of money. I might someday buy the entire trilogy on Blu-ray, the Dark Knight trilogy on Blu-ray. I was really wanting to buy one from Germany, but I was not a fan of the fact that the front cover was in German. So because I know English, so I wanted to get something in the future, the Dark Knight trilogy. In English, basically, the cover, the name, and everything. Because English is more knowledgeable for me than my own language, Latvian, and it's kind of like I said, it's really hard for me to fit in with other people because it's easier for me to talk to people in English than it is with my own language, because it's kind of hard to find people who have the same or similar interests as you do, especially in a country like mine, and it's just like, man, it's rough. And yeah, but with older entertainment, it's like, it's more fun, it's more enjoyable, it's more like, especially with games, they are more challenging, they actually test your skills and stuff like that. But with modern games, it's just like, man, it's like, with modern games or modern entertainment in general, especially from the West, it's like, man, just because you're gonna put on like pretty graphics or CGI everything, it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna go see it or go buy it out of my way to buy it and to play it. Like I said, I'm not saying everything modern entertainment is churning out is bad, but a lot of it, I do mean a lot of it is not very good. And the things that are good that are coming out, those are very rare and like I said, very rare nowadays. And it's just like, man, it's been rough. And yeah, that's about it. I apologize if some of the topic went off course. Like I said, I just want to take a chill pill from all the stress and the bullshit that the real world is keeping churning out. It's been rough. Like I said, I still need to find a decent job. It hasn't been easy. I really don't know what can I work where can I work, what can I work as, basically. And it's just like, it's just really rough around the edges. Like, and with YouTube, I actually can express my feelings for entertainment, especially for older games, the things I enjoy, and yeah, it's really awesome that there's so many people subscribing, liking my videos, especially when I talk about entertainment as a medium, and then when I share my passion and my love and my overall thoughts on older entertainment. It's been a blast. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm not gonna keep this on longer than it needs to. So yeah, I'm also checking the timer how long the video is. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to, and this is Salmon17 signing off. Oh, and also in the comments, what do you guys think? Do you prefer older entertainment or newer entertainment? I really want to see what your thoughts are on entertainment. And yeah, so yeah, this is Salmon17 signing off.